The sex assault case hanging over the head of Prince Andrew has been settled out of court and will be dismissed without hearings going ahead. The civil case was brought against the Queen's second son by Virginia Giuffre. Her lawyers say both parties have reached a settlement in principle for an undisclosed financial sum.
Ms Giuffre, who lives in Australia, alleged she was trafficked to the Prince on several occasions by the late financier Jeffrey Epstein when she was a teenager. The Prince has repeatedly denied the allegations. Our North America correspondent Barbara Miller has been following this case closely. She joins us now from Washington. Good morning to you, Barbara. So what do we know about the settlement?
Well, we don't know the sum that the two parties settled for. The UK's Daily Mail newspaper is reporting that a palace source has told them that it's about 10 million US, that's about 14 million Australian. That, of course, has not been officially confirmed, but certainly people watching this think that the sum must be in the millions. In addition, Prince Andrew has agreed to make what's described as a substantial donation to a charity which Virginia Giuffre runs, which supports victims of sex abuse. He's also said that he accepts that she is a victim of sex abuse, that has been established, not through him, but that she is an established sex abuse victim through previous cases she's brought. And that he agrees to demonstrate regret for associating with Jeffrey Epstein, the man, as you say, who she alleges trafficked her to the Prince. So a number of stipulations in this agreement, which comes at a very critical time in the case, because had the two parties not been able to reach a settlement now, within the next few weeks, we believe early next month, the Prince would have had to sit for a deposition. That what that means is in the pre-trial phase of a case, he would have had to give testimony under oath to Virginia Giuffre's lawyers. And they, of course, would have been grilling him about all manner of things. In particular, the claims he made during that now infamous BBC interview, where, for example, he said that on a key night in question, he was at a pizza restaurant, a sort of fast food pizza place in the town of Woking, and he also said that he had a medical condition at one point which meant that he couldn't sweat. Virginia Giuffre's lawyers had asked for proof of that. We don't believe that the Prince's lawyers had so far handed that over. So this is a key time, and in terms of the Prince, the least bad option, I guess, as this case was moving forward, as he had failed in his attempts to have it dismissed.
Yeah, whichever way it went, it was always going to leave a stain on his reputation, a stain on the monarchy. What does it mean for his future, Barbara?
Well, it's hard to see how he comes back to any kind of significant public role. After the BBC interview, that was in 2019, he stepped away from royal duties, and after the New York judge who's been handling this case dismissed the motion to dismiss the case, that was just last month, he was stripped pretty quickly of his titles, his military titles that he holds, and he was also stripped of the right to use the title HRH, His Royal Highness. So Buckingham Palace moved pretty quickly after that point to distance themselves from the Prince. This is a key year for the royal family. The Queen has been on the throne for 70 years, and there are many public engagements planned for this Platinum Jubilee year. It's thought unlikely that the Prince will really have much of a role, or indeed any role there, though it's believed he will possibly take part in a service of thanksgiving for his late father, Prince Philip, at the end of March. Even then, some commentators say, look, even that is difficult for the family because they don't want headlines running that they have welcomed him back into the fold. Of course, this settlement is not in any way an admission of guilt, but it nevertheless is a huge embarrassment for the family, and I don't see how Prince Andrew can really come back in any way from that.
Barbara Miller, thank you for the details.